Hey guys, we're gonna take our first step at getting inverted. Now, a lot of people just wanna jump right into the handstand, but it's super important to get comfortable upside down with 3 points of contact before we take one away and just use 2. So today we're gonna focus on the headstand. Now, the start of the headstand is the tripod. For the tripod, you're gonna see a lot of our push-up mechanics coming back into play. Like I said earlier, they translate to like everything we do, especially a lot of gymnastics movements. So to get set for this, I'm gonna put my hands on the ground in my push-up position, spread my fingers, start to grip the ground. Now from here, I'm gonna put my head on the ground just far enough in front of my hands to where I can see my fingers. You should be making an equidistant triangle between your head and your hands, okay? Head is neutral, so the very top of your head touches the ground. Straighten your legs, walk your feet in as close to your hands as possible so you can stack your hips over your shoulders. One knee goes directly on top of each tricep. Now I'm pushing through my hands quite a bit and I have a little pressure on my head, but it's definitely not all on my head. Once you get comfortable balancing in that position, you can start to practice lifting your knees off of your elbows. Now this is gonna allow you to stack your hips over your shoulders, which is a very important position that we wanna be able to maintain and be super strong in. So one of my favorite drills is just to lift your knees up about 3 inches, stack your hips over your shoulders, and then control your knees back to your triceps. A lot of people miss that control part and they just fall over, so make sure that's not you, okay? You're gonna get set in that same tripod position, knee on top of each tricep. You're gonna lift your knees up and then control them back down. Lift them up, control back down. You'll see at the top, my hips are directly over my shoulders. I'm nice and balanced, and then I use my core to control my knees back to my triceps. You can definitely do this with your back to the wall as well if you need to for support. The next piece is gonna be going all the way up into our headstand. So I'm gonna start in my tripod, I'm gonna lift my knees, I'm gonna pull them together. So now my hips are over my shoulders, and I'm gonna reach my toes all the way up to the ceiling. I want you to pretend like there's a string pulling your toes to the ceiling, so we're thinking about staying nice and long. I'm also focusing on pushing into my hands as much as possible. So set myself up, get into my nice tripod position, lift up to that position we were just in, pull the legs together, reach them straight up to the ceiling. Point your toes, push into your hands, keep your hips over your shoulders. From here, I'm gonna control my knees back to my triceps, and to do that, I need to make sure as I lower my knees to my chest, my hips stay directly over my shoulders until the very last second where I can touch them down to my triceps, right? The more comfortable you can get in this position, the better we're gonna be at our handstand and even our handstand push-ups, okay? So keep practicing.